Ever wondered how Muzan Kibutsuji, the first demon in Demon Slayer, becomes a literal nightmare? His secret? Biokinesis, the power to control his own body like clay. Let's break down how this works, and why it makes him nearly unstoppable. Muzan's biokinesis lets him rewrite his body like a horror movie script. Need to trick someone? Poof, he becomes a harmless-looking woman or even a kid. But don't be fooled. His instant transformations aren't just for disguises. During the lower rank meeting, he morphed his arm into a grotesque monster limb with mouths and eyes to slaughter his own subordinates. Later, he even shifted his eye color mid-conversation to mess with Akaza. This isn't Magician's biokinesis on steroids. When fighting demon slayers, Muzan goes full body horror. His arms, back, and legs sprout whip-like tendrils sharper than swords. These aren't just for slashing, he adds mouths to them, creating suction to drag victims closer. Struggling to survive, he turns into a giant flesh cocoon to detoxify poison. Post-cocoon. He grows jaws all over his body to eat demon slayers faster. Oh, and if you're still not terrified, his torso can morph into a giant mouth that blasts shockwaves. Yikes. Decapitation? Muzan laughs at Nichiren's swords. Thanks to 7 hearts and 5 brains, he's immune to losing his head. Destroy most at once though, and he weakens. Cornered? He splits into 1,000 pieces to escape, then regenerates. When sunlight finally corners him, he bloats into a giant baby-like form, crushing cars and tanking hits like it's nothing. Talk about desperate and creepy. Biokinesis isn't just about looking scary, it's survival. Muzan's body is a weapon, a shield, and a toolkit. He creates flesh puppets, alters his anatomy, and adapts to any threat. But even monsters have weaknesses. In the end, sunlight and sheer teamwork finally take him down. Still, his biokinesis remains one of anime's most terrifying powers. What's your favorite Muzan moment? Muzan's biokinesis isn't just about offense, it's about cheating death. Nichiren swords? Decapitation? He scoffs. By redistributing his vital functions across 7 hearts and 5 brains, he turns his body into a labyrinth. Destroy 1 heart and 6 others compensate. Sever his head and a brain nestled in his torso keeps him alive. It's a grotesque parody of redundancy, like a cockroach with backup organs. But even this pales next to his ultimate escape act, splitting into 1,800 pieces. When cornered, he shatters himself like glass, each fragment a living shard. Most demons would die, but Muzan's cells are autonomous. They crawl, hide, and regenerate. It's not just Servavallet's spite. And then there's the infant form. Facing sunlight, he bloats into a grotesque, fetal monstrosity-thickened hide, distorted limbs, a body so massive it crushes cars. This isn't a tactical choice, it's primal panic. The Demon King, reduced to a flailing toddler, yet still horrifically powerful. For all his power, Muzan's biokinesis has limits. Tamayo's drug exploits his adaptive nature, forcing his cells to fight themselves. His extra organs? A double-edged sword. Destroy enough hearts and brains, and his system overloads. Even his split body trick fails when sunlight pins him those shadows to hide in. No time to regenerate. But the greatest weakness is his own psyche. Muzan's biokinesis is born from fear of death, fear of weakness. Every transformation is a desperate bid to control a world that rejected him. In the end, that fear paralyzes him. He clings to life so fiercely that he forgets to live. Thanks for watching. Smash that like button if you'd never want Muzan's biokinesis in real life.